Hi, everyone, and welcome to Podophiles, the comedy podcast. The podcast where we joke around. It's called Podophiles. There's three of us here that have all done comedy. Yes, we do bring up topics. But yeah, the fact that we think that the three of us can actually debunk it is a joke within itself. It's a joke right there. Brandon, yes, he does study some things, but he knows that the whole point of the podcast is for Brandon to gonna bring up a topic, and then for me and Dave just to be as outrageous and insane as possible, to the point where there's nothing else you could think is of, oh, they're kidding. Because we would go to prison if we were saying the things. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's a comedy podcast. And yes, it's absurd comedy. Yes, it's a comedy where we're saying something so insane that you're like, they have to be kidding. And that is what we're doing. But if you don't understand that and you don't get it, you think it's real, I'm sorry for you. And this is not the show for you. But yes, it's a comedy podcast. We're all loving folk. Literally before the podcast started, Dave came into the room and I said, "What are you humming?" And he said, "The greatest love of all." Does that sound like hate? Does it? No. Each week, even if you think we're saying horrible things, we end up listening to someone very gay playing music. We're very open-minded. George Michael, Elton John got us thrown off because we couldn't stop loving him. We are three of the weakest, fruitiest men that just like to have fun. And yeah, we'll make jokes like the moon's not real or was the Amistad that bad. But are you hearing what we're saying? Yes, but we don't know if the moon is real. But yeah, that boat ride was not a hoot.
For clarity, we're not just weak physically, also emotionally.
Yeah, in every other way. I don't even know the third way. Like, gelatinously, I'm weak. Like,
oh man, I'm getting so fat.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. I have lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I think you're just letting me pick it up for you.
I mean, we're gonna see each other this weekend.
You're gonna see a whole lot more of me.
You're gonna see sexy me.
You guys at the casino?
I'm bouncing around. Brandon, see me. I'm bouncing around like between 180, 185.
Hey, so am I. This is Jesus Christ. How come you're down to 185? I'm up to 185,
Wait,
and
how
I look
tall
like
are you?
shit.
We're not that different in height.
I'm like 5'8".
Oh yeah, you're short.
Wow, that's crazy because I'm like around 180 something, and this is like the lowest I've been in years because I'm 6'4".
Man, Brandon, if you didn't have hair, I would be worried about you. Yeah, like when I see you, like the hair makes you look heavier.
Oh.
I feel great though, so it's good.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah,
and I think we all look wonderful because we're doing body positivity here on the show.
Not me. I'm working shame so I can get myself to a place where I'll start actually doing things for my body.
I don't have to make fun of fat people. COVID's killing them.
I don't have to make fun of fat people. I just like it.
Yeah, I make fun of everything. It's what we do. And this week, we're going to talk about aliens. I know we already have, but when we talked about that in the group chat, I was like, have we ever gotten to the topic? So what does that matter? Doesn't matter.
Quick, can you guys hear me? Because I can't fucking hear myself.
Well, that's the greatest love of all.
Well, you're welcome.
I'm so jealous of you. Zing.
Yes, we can hear you.
We are going to be talking about aliens.
Fuck
and I think that's something we should bring up before I forget is, have you ever heard of Project Blue Book?
No.
Okay, so really quickly, what it was, it's something that was supposedly devised in the 80s by like Reagan. And he said something.
Ronald Reagan.
And he said
what
something.
What other Reagan is there?
Nancy. Ronald Jr.
Joe Reagan. You didn't know about Joe Reagan? Anyway, Ronald Reagan.
Doesn't he have a podcast?
What was the daughter, Patty Reagan, with the slut?
Oh, I had no idea. I honestly didn't remember
Trixie
that.
Reagan?
No, was her name Patty? What was her name?
I remember Nancy Reagan.
Who was the daughter that was in the fucking Playboy?
Oh, really? Let's find out.
Look at Reagan's daughter. And she wasn't hot, but she had big jugs.
Reagan's daughter.
Yeah.
So anyway, Project Blue Book was like conspiracy theorists said that they came out and found all this evidence, but I guess there's documents saying that the government had planned to do a fake alien invasion to scare people.
Wow.
And the evidence that they used was Ronald Reagan said something in a speech about how an outside force or an outside invasion would bring the people together. Like he made a statement about something about that along those lines. So a lot of people think that maybe that's what the COVID is, that people would think that COVID is fake. They think that this is what the plan was, but other people think they might actually still try to fake an alien invasion. And that's what all this disclosure has been out recently. You know how they're like saying, right. So if it happens, you know where I'm going to be. Everyone's going to be like, hide in your house. I'm still going to be walking out there, no mask. Fuck these aliens. They're not real.
President
Patty
Alien,
Davis.
bring down that wall.
Exactly.
All right, so are they right?
Yeah, Patty Davis. Her name is Patty Davis.
I know that. I know my history.
Put it up.
I got this one.
It was one of the first Playboys. You won't share it, right? You never do.
No, it's not. It's.
Let me ask you one question. Does she have Patty Davis eyes?
Oh, that's Betty.
I know.
I don't know if I gave everyone the ability to be.
No, I can't. It said host disabled attendee screen sharing.
How about now?
All right, hold on. Let's try it again. Boom. Share this bad boy.
Right.
Oh, did that work?
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, she's got a rough face.
Look who's on the cover, though.
Some black
Bill
dude?
Gates. Playboy interviews the Superman of software, Bill Gates. Wow. When Ronald Reagan's daughter. What's the date on that? Can we get
that's the 80s, man.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, no, sorry.
He's right there.
1994.
What? Well, you figure, she was probably a kid when he was in office.
July 94. Wow.
Not legal.
That's when I turned 18.
She had teeth.
Yeah. But you know what? She takes after her. She clearly got both tits from her dad's side.
Yeah, because Nancy had one boob only.
Because Nancy only had one.
Yeah, I think that might be the first Playboy I ever saw.
Oh, then why would you keep buying them?
Did she actually get naked, or is she just on the cover like that?
No, this is 94. I must have seen some. No, I definitely saw earlier ones. Never mind. But for some reason, I remember a lot about her.
I don't.
I was bothered. I was troubled by it.
By the fact that she was naked?
That she was the president's daughter, but she didn't have the president's last name. I was like, what is going on with this?
Oh, that's fair.
It's not that I was raised in this great marriage or dysfunctional family. I don't know. I remember it being. 94 seems weird. It feels like it was earlier.
Let's find out.
Yeah, maybe.
I never gave a fuck about aliens as a kid.
I was so into it. Oh my
God. I didn't care about alien movies. E.T. was a movie, but I was like, I didn't think E.T.s were coming.
I was like,
E.T.s are coming. They're gonna party tonight. I never thought about the E.T.s. I've had a lot of things I've worried about in life. I've never once been worried about extraterrestrials coming to invade us. I'm
not worried about them. I just want to hang.
I don't want to hang. I don't care about them.
Really?
I don't want to hang with most people.
Yeah, I used to watch movies that were scary, so I could be scared and stuff. And now this nothing scares me. I mean, I think going outside is probably scarier, right?
Scary movies scare me.
Scary movies scare the shit out of me.
Oh my God!
For now,
fuck you. I hate that shit forever.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
So I used to be there.
Anything where someone's doing this,
dude. Yeah, that's not good. The standing. Stop standing in the corner. You're freaking me out, Pat.
I
fucking
too.
hated that.
I hate it. I'm just like, stop. They're there.
Oh
then
my
they'll
God.
turn the screen and they're not there. I'm like, where the fuck they go?
I am such a puss. All that shit works on me.
I used to be that way, and since I've changed my beliefs about things, I'm not anymore. But one of the last movies that actually scared me was a movie about alien abduction.
I turn Jewish, so I'm not scared.
You need this little hat, and you put it on the back of your head, and it stops you from being scared.
That was just anti-Semitic, I think.
Me too, with the little hat comment.
He wasn't anti-Semitic. He was anti-Jew.
That's right. Semitic means Middle Eastern people.
Pat has no problem with semantics.
How is that not funny? I'm sorry, but how is that not funny?
Oh, you said anti-Semantic?
No. He just goes, he's anti-Jew. The whole joke was just that, he was being ignorant. Our whole thing, me and Dave's whole thing, is that we both on purpose play ignorance to each other nonstop, and then we say the most blunt thing possible. We'll go back and forth with wordplay and puns. We'll just go, I meant black guy. I know. And it's what it is. I mean, there's no way you can't see it as a joke.
There's nothing funnier than explaining the joke.
Oh, and that's what we do. Like, and Steve, I hate when people do that. But my God, life. We just do. It's my favorite thing to do. Like, I'll do that at work all the time, and I'll be like, I'll say a thing, and then the customer kind of stares, and I'll say a thing again, and they just go, "Gay." And they're like, all right, it's like, yeah, we got it. There we go.
Just keep going with it.
Yeah, until you just bring it right to their face.
Comedy through repetition.
It's layers. It's an onion.
It's the last layer that smothers them. That's my favorite layer.
That's it. Explain the fuck. I was just on a podcast called "Who Are These Podcasts?" and they shit on other podcasts, and
Nice.
we shit on Matt Heath's podcast on this episode. And
Is it good?
I told Matt up front it was going to be happening. Matt's a guy who can take a joke. He was fine with whatever. But one of the things was him and Paul Gregory was the guest on it. So the guy who hosts the podcast really took to Paul way more, like really crapped on him more, even though it wasn't about him. But they were telling a joke, but they just kept explaining the joke. And this guy goes, "They're just explaining a fucking joke." But he's like, he was so mad at it. It's like he just keeps, all this guy does. He played like clips from Matt's fucking podcast, his album and everything. And he's just like, this guy just explains his jokes. So yeah,
That's awesome.
we're doing it like as a joke that we're explaining it, but like he did it for real. Anyway,
I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. Is I'm
I
just
love
gonna
how you
explain
just
my joke.
explain. I don't mean to cut you off, Dave. I love how you just explained how you're explaining jokes. Like, you
yeah,
have to bring, it's like
that's
so
so
meta.
We're inceptioning the shit out of this, and it's great.
Ooh.
Okay, so what was the first alien movie that made you think, or what's the first memory you have where you thought maybe aliens were real?
This is more recent. I'm like, they make a good point.
Like who? Who made the point?
I don't know, all the alien people.
The alien people. You mean Mexicans?
Yeah, they're all like, "Oh, there's aliens are coming."
I can.
That is not Mexican.
I'm pretty sure. I've never been to Mexico, but I'm pretty sure they all talk like this. Hola, me llamo Pedro.
I wish they did.
That was like a southern.
That was an
guy.
Irish Mexican
From Alabama. Like,
With a weak bit of Popeye.
I'm just waiting for you to get 15 fiddles and sing me a song. And I
Ay, caramba.
Bart Simpson.
can wait. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. Like that fucking music. When
I
hear
love that
it, I
song.
don't know why. There's something in me. I guess that's what my Irish blood is. I'm like, I like it, but I also want to strangle 18 people. It's like, I will wait. I just wait. That's not how you wait. You're fucking intense. That's how you wait. I
actually really love that kind of music.
when it comes to aliens, who cares? When it comes, I talked about it. Right. When it comes to aliens, it's ridiculous for me not to believe that there could be. If there's life here, there's got to be life somewhere else.
Right.
I just don't think
Right.
we can be. I don't think we're the only thing. That doesn't make sense to me. I just don't think that we have to, because we are humans and we think everything is our way. We're like, well, other things, they only could live on this planet. Like, no, they don't have to be what we are. It doesn't have to be what we think living is or what life is. It can be something totally different, but there's got to be something else. Why would it just be this planet with these things on it? It doesn't make any sense to me.
You know what? The alien shit that I don't like is like other planets. Yeah, fuck yeah. And for whatever reason, anything about it, like they come here, they don't come here. Like we can't find them. The shit that I'm like, I hate is the other dimensions. Oh, they exist in another dimension. That's cheating. That's bullshit, aliens. That's why that pisses me off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like when you were
I know
in
you got something to
school as
say
a
about
kid
this.
and some guy's like, my girlfriend lives in Canada. You're like, that's cheating.
Right.
That's
My
another
alien-
dimension. We can't even see Canada right now. Not in 1982, dude. There's no sea in Canada.
It's fucking horse shit. I hate that.
Fucking Canada.
I have I do have something to say about that, but I also have
I
a
knew it.
story. I have a story about when I was in high school and I was at a friend's house and there was these two guys there. I can't remember if they're like friends of my
Gay sex.
Friends' parents, whatever.
Gay sex.
So we were in the hot tub. And no, anyway, one of them was in the Air Force and he was telling us these stories about how his friend had his top secret clearance and he like was inside Area
Wait, we're just going to
51.
gloss over the fact that this happened in a hot tub. Just a
No,
bunch of
I was
dudes hanging
joking
out.
about the hot tub part because he said gay sex.
Dave, where are you?
I was like, Dave,
What do you
so
like?
you're in a
Are
hot
you like
tub.
the people that watch this podcast? Whoa, I'm taking notes and whoa.
That's
Dave's got a bone. He's chopping up right now.
yeah, and you talking about is homophobic.
He
So you're in a
also
hot
said
tub.
top secret clearance, which is the most secret of clearances.
We would just
Yo,
a
there,
regular
I'm
clearance.
top secret clearance, and I ain't gonna tell nobody.
So
Top
he's
secret Clarence.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my guy. That's why don't they have a mascot for top secrets instead of having like just like that yellow that.
How's that not a
the yellow
character or
folder?
something?
It should be like, "Hello, I'm top secret Clarence, and you ain't getting no information from me."
How's that not a character? That's hilarious.
That's what I'm building them right now.
I love it.
It's another T-shirt we need.
Top secret Clarence.
You should be suing
I ain't
somebody.
telling you shit. It says on the back.
He should be suing somebody, and then he should be represented by your lawyer that you do, the Jewish lawyer.
And his cousin, Pop Secret Clarence, real into popcorn.
Well, it's better than his sister,
So bad.
Victoria.
Victoria's Secret Clarence.
She's hot.
I don't even know what the fuck I am. My name in the streets is Victoria, but I'm really a Secret Clarence, baby. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, you would, Victoria's Secret Clarence.
I'm a lady in the street, but a secret clearance in the bed.
Man. Secret Clarence, yeah, that's what we are. We're victorious sometimes, and sometimes got a big black cock. That's my song.
Victor? That's Victor's secret?
And sometimes got a big black cock.
That's my
Just
song.
sometimes, not all the time.
Just sometimes when I'm Clarence.
But it's a secret.
But when I'm Victoria, I got the wettest pussy. But it's sometimes got a big black cock.
Big black cock. Big black cock.
Big black cock. Cock. Big black cock. Cock. We got a Broadway play now. The musical's wonderful. Victoria's Secret Clarence. All right, so you were at this place.
You're hanging out
Yes.
a bunch of dudes.
Two dudes.
They're banging
Own
all these
secrets.
dudes out in the hot tub.
Two
And he's
dudes.
telling us about
Two dudes
all
who
this
bang
alien
as
shit.
one. He
So, like, back-
slipped it in his buns.
it was like really bubbly.
Hold on.
Hot tub.
Your ass is wide and it's tight.
Your big black cock is
Here's
all
a
I can
pillow, let's
take.
bite.
Oh, nice. My
Nah.
first
Sorry, go ahead,
song.
Two dudes.
Oh yeah. So anyway, he was telling us all these stories, and back then I believed it, and now I don't know if they were just fucking with us or what was going on, but I don't believe it. But back then I was like, oh yeah, this guy's like, there's aliens are real and all this shit. I was
But he
Well,
was, he
he-
was like actually speaking like he's seen things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what did he say?
yeah. So he told us that his friends said they went to Area 51 in these hangars, and there was like alien bodies that they saw in spacecraft.
Was your
And all
friend's
this
name
shit.
Bob Lazar?
No, but I know about Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar. Da, 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 da. Hey, baby. Ooh, baby.
Bob it.
Bob Lazar.
So ever since then, I like really believed in it, but now I just I don't, because I don't really think space is what they're telling us. This kind of has to do with my whole new worldview, which
So
makes
what-
me sound really
It's
crazy.
a whole new world.
View.
Fantastic point of view. There's no
Exactly.
aliens there.
But I do believe that aliens, that people do see things, because I think people have
Hey,
always
look,
seen
I'm a
things.
grizzly bear.
That's where I think that Bigfoot comes from. I think there's different energies. I was going to say something else, different energies that manifest, and people, since they can't really, it could be some kind of being, but the way that our vision works, we're not really seeing what's in the world. We're seeing a picture that's in the back of our brain that's actually inverted. It's upside down. It's what our neocortex is showing us. So our eyes go into our brain, and our brain
That
shows
was
us
his
what we
last
can
name,
handle.
Cortex.
Yeah.
right?
my
So there's
neo-
so much stuff
I
that
don't
we
trust
keep,
those neocortexes. They're
They
racist.
Exactly.
never told you in the movie. They're like, "What's your name?" It's Neo. What's your last name? Cortex.
Cortex.
Neo. It's actually our Abdullah
Excuse me, Mr. Cortex?
Amdamglada.
Call me Neil.
It's Czechoslovakian.
So you're
Neo
giving me that
Cortex.
bullshit about they're in different dimensions.
Well, I'm not really
My
saying it's
least favorite
dimensions.
kind of alien.
They could be here with us. We just can't perceive them. Only some people can. And then when they do, they take the form of whatever our culture allows us to see. Because if you think about it this way, there's stories of the conquistadors in Spain, when the Spanish people got to South America, when they're talking to the Aztecs. And
Yeah.
some of the people, I don't know if it was
They're
the
all
Aztecs,
up in that Aztec.
but maybe it was there was other natives that weren't as advanced as the Aztecs. And they actually couldn't see the ships. They could see like the little rowboats because they had ships similar, but the big ships, they just couldn't see them. And the medicine men were the first ones because they're probably doing all the drugs, right? And they're like, bro, look, see it, man. And they could see it, but at first they couldn't perceive it. So in the same way, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just don't think what they're telling us is real. And
Come on, I think it's fucked up. You know, like they keep bringing it up over and over again. One mention, two mention. I'm like, all right, that's 5 dimensions. How many times you gonna mention this? You know,
you'll keep
4
dimensioning us.
dimensions, 5 dimensions. Just mention it once, you motherfucker.
Exactly. So I feel like
Is that
there could be
Irish?
beings watching this
Let
podcast,
the sunshine.
and we just can't register on our views. So that I think we're getting more views, and people are laughing. They're just in the 5th dimension. We're the only ones that get this comedy.
Dimension.
Can you imagine if that was true? If there was a dimension we couldn't perceive, and they loved us, and we were like killing it, and we just didn't know.
That's the only thing that gets
Yeah,
me
that's
by. It's the only thought that gets me
They're
going
like,
every
don't
week.
quit. It's like the Truman Show when he doesn't know all those people are like really cheering for him. You know what I mean? That's us.
that's where
I
our
wasn't cheering for him.
yeah.
I was like, what a horse shit movie.
All
No,
of
I'm
our
saying the people on the movie.
Podophiles, all
were
of our
No,
friends
I
in
was
Canada.
thinking that. I was like, and that's all they could do is this boy. I would be like, I hope there's another show, another channel with a better boy.
Yeah, called the Reagan's daughter fucking
Yo,
show.
or the Claire
You know, why wasn't
Victoria's Secret Clarence show.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
I got a big
how
black
come-
cock sometimes.
sometimes
Well, where does it go when you don't have it? It goes into the 5th dimension, baby.
Where
In the
do
ass
big
dimension.
black cocks go when they find their way home? Back to the open arms of Victoria that's way in there.
I'm sure how we could explain
And
this
if
away.
somebody blows you, do they really blow you? And then you swallow it sometimes because it's only your cock that was really there. There.
what song was that?
Where do broken hearts go?
Oh, damn it. I couldn't catch it.
Where do big black cocks go?
Now I get it.
when they
In
find
Dave's
their way?
butthole.
I thought I was rocking it.
That was good.
No,
It was
yeah.
good. I just couldn't.
Listen, I don't have much skill.
I just like making fun of
Most people
Dave.
think I'm not even funny, I guess. But one thing I can do is once I start singing, I can come up with words that somewhat make sense in the awful thing that I'm. You've been there before, but the sound guy at
Yeah.
comics, Luke, passed away. 27 years old, whatever. Dude
Jesus
was
Christ.
so awesome, so incredible, and just like one of those
skinny
guys that
dude?
would joke with you. You come in, like he would just always, he knew every one of my jokes. He'd be like, and we would joke back and forth from the stage, and I would just come off. I come in the back, we bullshit, and he's the one that would make me like, dude, you got to do your joke about Dale with the dead legs, and like I would have to do like 50 versions of it for him and stuff like that, and it's gonna be so weird to go on stage and then like want to make a joke or yell something to Luke, and he's just not fucking there. It's gonna be fucking weird.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
Jesus Christ.
it's gonna suck. There's a couple comics and people I know in comedy that passed away during this thing, but he's the only one that like weirdly that it will affect me. Not that we were close friends or anything, but we were. Every time I saw him, I was on chatting with him. Him was many of the guys I would speak with. I'd go there, we'd bullshit, we'd always joke around. We would message each other once in a while. I mean, I consider him a friend. It's not like we were hanging out, but like in the world of comedy, guy wasn't a comic. He's one of the guys I love joking around with. It's just I knew he was battling some crap, whatever. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that he was having trouble sleeping and going through mental shit and stuff like that. I don't know what happened, but it's just awful, and it's just gonna be, it's gonna be
Jesus
tough.
Christ.
Sunday's gonna be me on stage doing well, look up, and I know I'm going to get choked a little bit. And I'm probably going to do a long version of the joke he liked a lot. I can't remember. It's my joke where I keep saying my mom used to date this guy named Dale.
Oh, nice.
Dale was paralyzed from the waist down. He one time asked me if I could do it for like 20 minutes, and I went to about 15.
That's
kept going, and the whole rest of the crowd's like, "What the fuck's that?" And you just cackling. And I would that joke if people obviously don't know it. I would do this joke about my mom dating this guy named Dale who's paralyzed from the waist down. And then I would just end it with like a pun. I have a different punchline, and I just kept going. And then I would just start it over again, going, "Well, by the way, my mom dating this guy named Dale, paralyzed from the waist down," and then do another joke about it. Then do another joke about it. And I had 4 or 5. I literally, maybe not 15, but 10 minutes. I just kept doing it, and he was cackling, crying. And then when I was done, he would just grab the mic and he goes, well, "Did your mom ever date a guy named Dale?" He just yelled at the mic. It's gonna. I don't even want to tell the joke, but it's just sucks. Like I don't know. I'm gonna miss the motherfucker. So I mean, I already do, but you know what I mean. Like I won't. Sometimes you don't miss someone till you go to a spot and then they're not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't really get sentimental with that kind of stuff. I don't really get attached to a lot of people, but there are some things that remind me of like, fuck, like there's a comic, Mike Jacobs, who was, I was close with, and there's certain places that we used to, him and I used to go eat this one diner and talk shit about people all the time. And I can't go to that fucking diner ever again. And like, there's no way I could, because that was where him and I talk shit. It would be too tough.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. That fucking.
But hopefully they're both just aliens now.
Ooh, maybe that's what happens when you die.
Maybe they're still watching you. Every time you jerk off, they're like, "Oh, Pat. Come on, Pat. Stepdaughter porn again."
Luke wouldn't
I know
care
it's your
if I was
favorite
jerking
actress,
off.
but come on.
Luke
jerking off to the
I don't
guy.
think either one of them would care if I was jerking off.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm pretty sure Luke jerked off a bunch.
I do think Brandon brings up a good point. Like they probably the thing I have against, like, if there's spirits, people watch me jerk off, whatever, it's them being all judgy about what I choose to jerk off to.
Do they know?
No, but I mean, like, if they're ghosts, they probably know.
What can ghosts see?
Everything, right?
I don't know. I don't think they can see.
Do you think ghosts believe in aliens?
Do you think ghosts believe in people?
Maybe ghosts don't know that people are around.
Maybe ghosts don't know they're ghosts.
Yeah. Like, we're their ghosts.
Maybe we're all dead, and then, like, this is it. And then we have to just, like, I have to work a retail job. That's death. You doing shit anyway.
Oh, that would suck. That would suck if this is death.
Well, there are some people that say that the concepts of heaven and hell are just allegorical, and they apply to this plane of existence. They mean, depending on how you live, you could be in heaven or in hell, because everything's basically a lot of it based on your choices. So you could, if you don't realize that your choices are affecting your life and you blame everyone else instead of yourself, you could be in hell technically.
I mean, I'm always under the belief that there's nothing, and we die, we just die. But that being said, it's not like I don't. But when I say that, sometimes people go, "Oh, so you don't fear death?" I'm like, no, I do. That makes me fear it even more, because I don't think there's any. I think it's just over, and it's not that I can 100% comprehend nothingness. Like, I think that's why there is religion. I think that because religion is there to give you something so your mind doesn't have to go, fuck, when we die, we're just done. So, like, I want to imagine there's somewhere else that our souls go, or things like that. My whole worry is that, like, I don't want to leave people when they need me. I don't want to leave my kids when they need me. I don't give a fuck about me. Like, I don't want to die until they got everything they needed to get out of me as a dad. Like, that's all I give a fuck about with that shit. That's the only thing that bothers me about death.
See, as someone who has no kids and is single, I don't think about death because I 100% buy into the distractions of life, like TV and internet. That's it, man. I don't ever have to think about that shit. It's wonderful.
I only think about it when, like, I don't know, when someone, like, if my kids, like, if something else in their life happens, like their mom gets mad at them, I'm like, wouldn't that suck if I was just dead and they only could go to her? Like, that would suck for them. Like, and I don't mean in a bad way towards her, but I just, like, they need that option. They need that other guy. It's like, and I want to always be there for them. I don't want to leave them alone. I've also never lost my parents. You know what I mean? I'm 46 and my parents are both still alive. And it's not like they're both any point right now ill and gonna die. I haven't experienced that. I lost grandparents, but I was young. And of course I loved them, but, like, I didn't have this attachment as an adult to any of them. You know, I mean, one of them I did enough where it's like I spoke at the eulogy and I did my time. I didn't go over the light. I did great.
Did you crush?
Yeah, I fucking crushed. I did.
Did you get any gigs out of it?
Yeah, I got invited to more funerals.
Did you hear Pat's doing the funeral circuit?
I would do them at this point right now. I would do them, but no, I don't really fear it. Like I know some people can, we can combine the two things, but like some people feel like aliens could be not angels, but whatever, something crossing over. We're seeing those things, other things. I know you don't like the dimension thing, but that's kind of what people think it could be. I've thrown the theory out here that I think that retarded people are aliens and they're here in disguise, just a bad disguise. When you watch Men in Black, D'Onofrio, what does he do? He puts on that skin suit and he looks kind of like a dark guy. Like that's what I like about D'Onofrio anyway. He shows up and they go, "So you're gonna put some makeup on?" I'm like, "Nah, you look like a thing that's not really human wearing a skin suit. Just on your own, you're fine, D'Onofrio."
D'Onofrio always plays that character like all the Men in Black, like that Men in Black character is the same one he was in Full Metal Jacket and on the Special Victims NCIS.
He was the alien stuffed inside a dead guy, and
basically he's always the same guy.
Well, even when in Kingpin, he's always just like,
he was in Kingpin.
What took my body?
Who was he in Kingpin?
Well, no, he played Kingpin in Daredevil.
Wasn't that the big black guy?
No, not the movie. When they did the Netflix show.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking of the Ben Affleck movie.
He wasn't. No, Michael Clark Duncan is a different.
Thank you.
I got a big black cock sometimes.
He ain't got one no more.
Green Mile. Yum.
Maybe in heaven. He's up there fucking aliens.
Ugh. Green Mile. I've never watched that movie. I don't like prison.
I watched it. Green Mile was okay.
Yeah, I saw it.
I don't want to watch prison movies.
I kind of think I have a little bit of a different viewpoint on death myself in life. I had a near-death experience where I was really conscious. I got kind of taken out to sea by an undertow, and I almost drowned to death. But the only thing that saved me was really myself, my ability to keep my calm, keep my head. I got to a point where I was over my head. I couldn't touch the ground anymore, and the waves were over my head. And I started to freak out, and I said to myself, well, if I freak out, I'm going to die. And I kind of made peace with that, and I just swam, and then I was all right. I hit a sandbar, and I made it back. And it's not like it was a profound change that hit me all at once, but I think ever since that point, I viewed things a little bit differently, and I've lived my life a little bit differently because I saw how fragile it is. And then as to the
I am more scared of the ocean than I am of anything else.
Oh yeah, dude. It's the power of it. And I was only up to basements. I wasn't even up to my knees. I had like
basements, man.
But just if I had the choice of going down into a scary basement in the dark or being alone on the ocean for like an hour, I'd take the basement.
Well, here's the
even
thing,
if I knew someone was down
there's
there.
more opportunity for me to have to go to basements than there is the ocean.
I get that.
Like, I don't have to ever go to the ocean again.
But
right.
The ocean,
I'm gonna have to go downstairs at one point and get some shit.
There could be a megalodon. There could be like a giant monster that we're just not aware of because we don't know how deep it is.
Hey, it's a megalodon. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Everybody talk about how great I am. Like, I'm megalodon. Come down to the car dealership. I got some Toyota. I got Prius. You like Priuses? I got Priuses.
Today.
Me, megalodon. Come on down.
Today, on the day of the megalodon's daughter's wedding, you get one wish.
Megalodon and Marie Osmond. They're my favorite group of all time.
I wish for just one day I could walk on the land.
You ever watch Miami Vice, that Megalodon Johnson?
Country. I'm a little bit fucking Italian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, and then as far as the intelligence thing, or, if we're just an accident or if we're purposely put here, I don't think the religion thing is the right story. I think that's created to control people, but I do believe that I don't think that intelligence can just come out of nothing. So I don't think, I feel that we're the universe expressing itself through human skin suits, right? So I think the intelligence is the universe and it could be expressed in other ways. So I don't think it's just a random happy accident. I think something happens to us. We're kind of some kind of energy. Maybe we get pulled back into the source, something like that. I don't think
So
after we
where do you
die,
think
it's
some
not
of the
going to matter.
technological advances we get? We just came up with it. Like people say, like, oh, the pyramids couldn't be us, but why couldn't it be us? We don't fucking.
Of course
know what
it
they
was
did back
us.
then.
Of course it was
why
us.
couldn't it be us? Like, why do we always think like if we learn something, all of a sudden we like? I understand that we in the last 100 years have made so many advances. People like maybe it's because the aliens left things here and we figured things out and took it from there, or we just are advancing. And once we did, our mind started advancing even more and more. And once we opened up one door, it opened up a million doors. We went from at one point of just like, it's fire and that's it. And then we went, oh, we can take that fire and put it in this powder and boom, we have a gun. And that opened up the goddamn world. And like, oh, with combustion and things like that. Once we open up one door, another door opens. Once we got electricity, then we can see all this. So once we realize we can talk on a phone, we can travel through other way. It's always going to open door. It doesn't mean that aliens did it. Give ourselves credit. We figured.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't get on any level. Like, how come mechanics has basically plateaued? Electronics and software, that shit like continually grows in leaps and bounds. There's always innovation, but mechanical innovations have just basically flatlined and been the same.
I think that's because where the money's being put. And I also think because the focus isn't there. I think there are advances that are there, but therefore we can't make. Then big money gets involved. You can't if we advance things. I think cars last longer, planes fly longer, all that stuff.
Yeah,
you can't charge more money. So
I think there's truth to that. I think that they are being suppressed because why the fuck wouldn't there be something that makes like just a more efficient engine? Well, that doesn't seem like it's.
You know what? We've been a little rude to the Germans.
How so?
Well, I mean, they had a couple of fucking mishaps, and then
all of a
sudden they did a couple no-nos, and all of a sudden we're like yelling at them, and they're like, all right, maybe we'll just stop engineering for a little while. Because they were engineering really hard for a long time, and then we're just yelling like, then fuck you, we won't Farfignuge anymore.
Yes, they're
we don't like the way we do things, then we will not do them anymore.
Yeah, think about who was making this stuff. We've really not been nice to them.
Yeah. Now, do you think that's just a happy accident? Because World War I, they weren't really doing anything wrong. If you look at the roots of that war, it wasn't the German people. It was the German nobility. And they actually changed their name so then they could become the English nobility. And then they started a war with each other and killed all the capable males so then they could take controls. Really, I feel it happened.
It's nice to know I would have been all right.
Yeah. So, but you're right, though. They were building all the good stuff. All the Germans were self-sufficient,
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, them, and then like I don't know if you know this, the Asians were good at making cars. And we've had some problems with them too.
Really high culture that dropped a lot, and now
if you told me I get my car from fucking Frankfurt, Seoul, or Detroit. I'm sorry. I don't want my car from Detroit.
Tokyo would be even better. Japan.
Yeah, they drift so well.
Yeah.
That was a nice drift, Brandon.
Patio drift.
Patio drift.
Patio drift.
He's an Irish Japanese fella.
Oh, patio drift.
Patio drift.
Patio drift.
Corned beef and Anna.
He's got a Mazda potato.
Oh, I'm sorry, but what's it called? Cobra Kai third season is so fucking good.
Oh, I've just started it.
So
of course I started on episode 3 because I was watching with people who watched the first 2.
So you kind of saw but didn't see it?
I saw the 3rd episode. I haven't seen the first 2.
The character development is beautiful.
It's a good show.
It's a great show, and some good people come back into your life.
Oh yeah. You know what they need? Patio drift.
Patio drift.
See, I think if aliens were real, they would have stopped Vin Diesel from being famous.
Why?
That shouldn't be a thing.
Oh man,
he shouldn't have been allowed to have the lottery of life.
Did you ever watch the Witch Hunter movie?
Nothing with Vin Diesel.
Oh my god, it's so good. There's a movie with Vin Diesel and the what the hell, Michael Caine, and
What the fuck?
oh yeah,
Why
oh
are
yeah.
they together?
He's
You see this?
it's so good.
Amazon Prime.
I have no idea.
What's it called?
I saw it in the theaters. I think it's
But-
Witch Hunter or The Last Witch Hunter or something
Dirty
like
By the
that.
way,
rotten assholes.
That was a real movie. By the way,
No, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
That's
You've
a great-
got
You know
the-
what I
the-
like about that movie? When Steve Martin is hammered and he goes, "Do you mind if I go to the bathroom?" And they say, "Yeah." And then he sits there and he goes, "Oh, thank you."
That is a classic bit.
Love that part.
that wasn't in the
Love me some Steve Martin. Nobody asked you, Dave. All right, jeez.
Oh, take that, Dave.
Whoa.
A patio drift. He just take that and he drifts out of the scene.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's my move.
Can you drift the other way?
He can't drift left.
He's not an ambi drifter.
Ridiculously drifter.
For anyone who's just listening, Pat is now mugging it for the camera. I don't know how we went from him
Fuck
drifting
face.
off screen to now doing like Zoolander-esque porny
'Cause
faces.
last week I turned weird, remember? And you were like, "Don't turn all sexy." And so I went back, and when I saw it that way again, it made me feel like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sexy turn by mistake.
The
And then
sexy
I
turn?
went into
By
I
mistake.
went into the poses you do when you're like you're a young girl and you're like got your first phone and you're like, "Oh, let's pose like this."
When you're looking for a big black cock sometimes.
A big back cock sometimes. Me,
when it's not in the fifth dimension.
Victoria's Secret Clarence.
It's a Victoria's Secret Clarence. Is that a person or a sale? What's
I'm
going
a
on
ma-
right
oh.
now?
I'm Megalodon Donatello.
It's a person who's on sale.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Not in Libya anymore because of
Yeah.
President Obama. Thank you, President Obama.
Yep. We covered that in our slave one.
That's
I don't think
right.
it was called a slave one, but so wait, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Are there aliens?
Yes.
Have they ever been here?
Yes.
What did they do? Are they still here?
Yes.
I don't think aliens, how we describe it, and it's, again, because I don't
Has
believe.
anything from a different planet been here?
I just
Yes.
want to say it because I don't think
Octopus.
space and planets are what they're telling us. And
Right,
the
but
reason
that's
I
my first
say
question.
this,
Then we're going to get to the next one.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
that's fine. But Dave, you're saying yes. Brandon and I both. I don't think it is planets either. I think that there's something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't think it's like us living on a planet.
And
I
the-
don't
the
think we
reason
can
I say
explain
it-
what it is, you know.
The reason I say it too is one of the easiest things you could do. Just go look up a bunch of pictures of what NASA tells us the Earth is from space throughout the years. All the pictures have changed. They're all now you could tell it's all like obviously Photoshop and just bullshit. And it's all funded by the government, who at the end of the day benefits when we're paying attention and believing their lies. You know what I mean? Like if you could show me some opposite or some independent something or whatever. But I'm not starting to only believe what I see now. That's what I'm gonna do. And you know,
You kiss my tears away. Now that it's okay.
anyway,
I'll
go ahead.
Stay with you through the
Oh,
years.
I think
Damn it.
me speaking truth with Pat singing behind it is going to be like people in the future are going to be like, look at this. We're a treasure.
This was a moment.
They're in the fifth dimension right now. They're going, yeah, kill it, guys. You're
The
killing it.
Kenny
You're
Rogers
awesome."
dimension going,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're doing it. They're doing it.
They're loving it,
That's
but
a
we're
secret
here
moment.
like, you know, it's all right though. We're doing it for them. For the future.
You know what? We did it for the children.
I
That's
believe
really
the
well.
children
That's
are
what
the
I feel it's
future.
about. Because even if we say I was right about a lot of the stuff when we were
You
the
were right.
system of control, right? You're not going to change adults' minds. It's just like in the Matrix. You can't wake up somebody when they're past a certain age, or like, you know, yes, but we're comedians, though. You know what I'm
Yeah, but we're
saying?
super old.
Most people don't have the
Yeah.
open minds that we do. Is what I'm saying. So the only thing we really could do is affect the children
I
in a
don't have a
positive
very
way.
open
You
mind.
sickos. What's that?
I don't have an open mind. I'm-
No, you do.
Just a
You
moment.
listen to what I say. If you didn't have an open mind, you wouldn't be talking to me right now, Dave. Trust me, I know.
Because Brandon's black.
Oh, makeup,
And I
guys.
ain't taking none of that shit, baby.
Ah,
Uh,
are there black aliens? Like there's green and gray.
Yeah, but they stay home.
I don't get it.
Because they're
'Cause
lazy.
They're late.
Oh, like lasers, lazy lasers.
No, because they're like, yo, motherfucker, we ain't going to no alien planet. We're gonna stay here. Why are we gonna go to Earth?
Earth.
Okay. You outdid our black voices. That was amazing.
It's comedy, everybody. We
Motherfucker.
listen. Refer back to the disclaimer at the beginning of this fucking podcast.
Oh, no,
It's
no, no,
comedy.
I was proud
Not
of
you, not you, not you.
Okay.
People, grow up. Not you, Pat. I know you don't care.
Hello there.
Hello. I did it for
I'm
you.
sure
Pat.
aliens have different kinds. Like if we have different kinds of people, we're a human race, but we have all different little shades, and I'm sure they do too. And I'm sure they have stereotypes.
I
Like
thought
the
that was
green ones
leg-
go chong chong chong, and you're like, oh, that's hilarious. Green ones, who the fuck would? Like, they're sitting there going, can you believe the green ones went to Earth? Holy shit, they think we're green. They think we just chong 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 all the time and put fish in our buttholes. That's not what we do. Why are the chong chong chongs there?
those green ass freaks that just go there with their big old heads and stick them up the butt. Fucking freaks.
Look at that motherfucker. We already listen. I know everything I need to know about Earth. I found this tape called Ernest Saves Christmas. We know everything.
And just like that, Ernest saves the Earth.
He does. We all worship Vern. Hold about Vern.
Wasn't that one of the theories about aliens is that there's like human beings, our planet is the mixing pot, and every other planet is just like one type
South
of
Park. Yeah, remember
Yeah,
it was
I
a
might have-
TV show Earth.
Yeah, I
they
might
put
have- I
together
might have mistaken.
humans and deer
I do
on
that
one
sometimes.
planet.
I mistake South Park for science.
That's
Happens.
the dumbest thing that's ever happened on this show.
Listen,
That
South
is the
Park-
dumbest thing that's ever happened on this show. You know
I
how
will
people
say in your
are watching
defense,
this
though-
and looking for facts. Are you fucking kidding me? Dave just confused science and South Park. He's like, yeah, wasn't there the scientific study? It was Cartman, you dumb fuck.
But in his
Oh,
defense,
bitch.
South Park
Holy
has been a
shit.
lot more
You
truer
got me
lately.
again, Comedy Central.
South Park has been a lot more truer lately than quote unquote science. Go back and watch some old South Park episodes. It's like a fucking, projecting
good.
what's going on now.
Well, I'm
South
going to go
Park is
learn from
good.
Tom and Jerry.
You can learn a lot from them. You can learn more than you can from Bill Nye the Science Guy.
You know what my favorite thing about old school Tom and Jerry was? The sound
Racism.
effects they use. Well, okay, my second favorite thing about Tom and Jerry, the sound effects they use were so good. Like everything just sounded like it hurt. Every time Tom got smashed by something, they don't use
would
sound
use an
effects like that
orchestra.
anymore. But no,
And
but
when
I
he
mean
would
like the
scream,
actual the
be like-
scream was great. But like he'd always run into something and the sound
Because
that
they would
that
use
would
live
make-
actors and orchestra. I'm saying like they would do it in like a studio right there, dude. Just like they were like they would do like a real.
They went,
You'd be like,
they went through
"Oh,
so
wow."
many cats to make that
Yeah.
cartoon.
I
Man,
always
this
like
scene-
that you could just fool them by making a sexy thing. Like,
yeah.
so like Tom is like, I'm gonna kill you, and then he'll just do like this, take this like thing. It's not like Jerry will just put lipstick on and a dress and be like, yeah, you want to fuck this? And he's like, yeah, I totally want to fuck this.
Where
I guess it's a cat. I don't know. I'm not mad at Jerry anymore. I want to fuck this little. And then he takes it off. He's like, I was gonna fuck you. It's like what?
The episode where,
it's a kids cartoon.
the episode where Tom painted his finger to look like a female mouse,
Yeah,
and Jerry went off and had
married it.
sexual-
Dated it.
Yeah, little mouse and baby fingers popping up all over the place.
He had sex with
Cartoons,
that.
it's almost like
animal.
cartoons weren't
Sex
real.
with finger.
It's almost like people were watching them and they weren't supposed to think they were real. They're supposed to
What?
go, this is all just jokes.
It's historical is
joke?
what it is. Oh, explain it, because everybody loves when you do that.
Explain it. Mansplain it, Pat.
Jokes get funnier when they're explained.
Are you mansplaining to me right now?
Amen. I mean, a women. That was a thing.
Oh man.
People
Oh,
were actually
saw
complaining about
memes
that.
of
Yeah.
Before I
That's-
realized what it
that's
was.
fucking
That's
great.
great. I love it. I love that we're in that world right now. It's hilarious.
It's like, it doesn't mean amen. That wouldn't even make sense as two words. A is singular, men is plural. So it doesn't even, you're already out.
Amen. That's why I say amen.
Man. It's just, it's not even English.
it's from the Bible. where
It's
the
in English.
commandments and
Oh,
tend to
it's
woman.
Greek, isn't it?
I opened up
Isn't
for
it Yiddish?
Jeff Dye on Thursday at Stress Factory, and he has a joke where he talks about Jesus, and he's like, I'm not gonna do his whole bit, but he basically says, the message of Jesus is, love everyone, and he's like, and then so Jesus be like, hey, you should just love everyone, and then like people be like, well, what if they're different? And he's like, well, that's what I'm talking about. You should all of them, just love them all. What if they live somewhere else? We hate them then? He's like, well, no, I'm done. And he just goes, and he's finally like, you know what? Forget it. You're all retarded. I'm just going to kill myself and die for your sins. And he goes, by the way, they could say retarded back then because that's how they spoke in Bethlehem. It's not now. That was back then. DC, during Christ. And that made me laugh so fucking hard. I don't know why. The DC means during Christ is my favorite thing ever.
Maybe we'd have fewer problems with religion if Jesus told us who we could hate. Just like flat out said, hate this person.
I think he would. He'd come back and go, hey, remember those 4 guys who hung me to the cross? Eat them!
You know who you would say?
Eat the fuck out of them!
You know,
you can
Why
hate.
you drew my Last Supper and hangs it up all the time to let people know I had an okay dinner.
And you know who killed Jesus?
The pilots,
The government.
fucking government.
Jesus' mother. Killed them with guilt.
You know who killed government? Who killed Jesus? Donuts. Because he had a heart attack.
You to death.
Everyone doesn't know. He came back 3 days later. He
They
lived
did
a
not
long
have
life.
donuts back then, did they?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Who leavened first? Jesus or the bread? I don't even think this fellow was real.
You don't think Jesus was real?
I mean, he was a fella.
He's an allegory.
He walked around, but he was more of first of all, my people, we don't carpent. Is that the term, carpent? How is he a carpenter? We don't nail. We hire a guy. The Italians do that. We don't do it.
It was an allegory because he was a builder, just like a mason. A mason's
I
a
knew
builder.
him. Allegory. He was a good guy.
Yeah, allegory and
We
mason.
with Schmitz.
Yeah, in case you don't know,
What's-
allegories are found in freshwater as opposed to crocodile.
Allegories on the allegory. Allegory. Funky French. That's my song.
You know what it needs? A big black cock sometimes.
Big black cock sometimes. That's the dance at the end when you sink the sausage. That's what you
I
do.
thought the song was going to keep going, and I realized it was just the dance.
Yeah, it's just the dance.
No more drifting. Drifting the night away.
Oh.
Drifting. Drifting the night
Drifters.
away.
Goddamn drifters. All right, let's wrap this up.
Drifting. All right.
I don't
I
think
feel like we're
there's-
just starting
I
to
don't
hit our
think there's
stride.
aliens living here right now. I don't think we have to worry about an invasion, but I do think that other things exist somewhere because that'd be dumb if they didn't.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I'm
so-
not in any fear of alien. I think Area 51 is some bullshit. Put out there. I think there's things that are there, but I think right now the reason why we know Area 51 because that's the distraction. There's other places, there's other spots, but it's not that spot. Something things have gone down, and I think letting the rumor of aliens and aircraft and that distracted people from what the real thing could be. Us just trying to murder some more Vietnamese.
Yeah,
I-
look into weather balloons. It's funny because
No, I will
report
never-
at
Why?
Roswell. Well, for our listeners, the
Look
report-
deep into
Roswell?
the weather balloon of my asshole. Look into that. My weather balloon knot. It's like I'm gonna try and show you my weather balloon knot.
Satelloons. People think that satellites are just giant balloons
That's
because
I,
there's an embargo on helium.
Some people call tits giant.
I thought
We used to have
Satelloons were
Led
sad.
Zeppelins. We used to have these giant airships that would fly everywhere, but now you can't because of the Hindenburg, which is probably a false flag, just like the
'cause-
Titanic.
because lead gets in the water when you do that.
So
Like I got paid money to do that.
Ah,
He's famous for it.
I think I would be super psyched to get proof of alien life just because it would necessarily fundamentally change the way we look. Everybody looks at life and the universe.
I think that's a
That would
lie. I
be
think you're
badass.
just spiteful and you want to say "I told you so" to me and Pat. I think that's what it really is.
I think if the aliens came
Well,
down, they'd be like,
that'd be a
"Hey, we're
bonus.
nothing like what David Bowie thought. Can you guys just know that we're not like gay?"
Galians.
That's what David Bowie thought aliens were, just like sparkly and gay.
Talk about projection, huh?
Ziggy
Ooh.
Stardust.
But I do feel anyone that's listening to this, if there is, if we ever experience a quote unquote alien invasion, just know that it probably is the fucking government trying to scare us. So,
Well, if we
aliens aren't
experience
real.
it, Brandon, and they come here without masks, then they can't invade. We have to tell them to go home.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
and
Unless
stay
they're
6 feet apart.
me or Bruce Willis, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll be talking with him
Bruce
on my
Willis is
POS
an alien?
podcast coming up soon.
Yeah, he got kicked out of CVS or something for no mask.
Yeah, he
They
won't wear
kicked
it.
Bruce
Oh,
Willis.
wait a minute.
out of
The New York Post jumped on it right away and wrote the sick sense. Like they were all over it.
Nice.
Right away.
Boo.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I mean,
Post.
The headline
Right.
was worth it.
All right, Brandon, where can people follow you?
More laws, more problems.com.
David.
You can follow me at the brewery on Saturday and then comics on Sunday.
Well, you might want to tell them. It's called Stranger Ties Brewery.
Thank you.
Buy tickets. Tickets are actually selling. You want to buy them soon. So look up Stranger Ties Brewing in Colchester. Shows on Saturday. You can go to my Facebook. I'll give Dave the flyer as well. And you can buy tickets to that or Comics Craft Beer. That's .com. You can go there and buy the tickets for that as well. Dave and I will also be at Comics Comedy Club at Mohegan Sun on Sunday as well with Darren Rivera. So you can buy tickets at their website, comicscomedy.com. Check that out. Comics with an X in it. You can follow me, Pat_Oates on Twitter and Instagram. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel that you get this show on and my other podcasts on. All right, Podophiles actually has its own. So follow the two YouTube channels, Podophiles on YouTube or Pat Oates on YouTube. And if aliens are over your house and they were watching this, I'm sorry if you guys don't find us funny either. My bad.